Apologies for the lateness, everyone. We got a busy day today. First, we have Fire Force, and then a little while afterwards, we have God of War Ragnarok and the new Valhalla DLC. So, it ought to be an interesting 12th of December. But let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of Fire Force. Today we are going to be checking out Volume 10 of the series titled His Brother's Keeper. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's not even keep you here any longer than I've already kept you waiting. Summary! After venturing into the Nether, Company 8 is split apart by the Evangelist's soldiers, divide and conquer tactics. Led by an Adola Link, Shinra finally finds his brother, but Sho's blind faith in the Evangelist deafens him to Shinra's words. Now Shinra's only option is to beat the snot out of Sho and drag him back home. After 12 years apart, a battle breaks out between the long-lost brothers. So, going through this, we have Chapter 79 all the way down to Chapter 87. Yeah. 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Yep. All right. Starting off with Chapter 79. You can already tell that this is going to mess me up. Okay. It said that audio wasn't working, but we're good. You can already tell that these Roman numerals are going to mess me up. But we're here with Yona, as he's making his way through a lower part of the Nether. This is Yona. Yes, that's right. Company 8's members have been scattered. There's no sign of movement from those two yet. The real show is yet to begin. Shinra Kusakabe and Commander Sho are about to make their second contact. And we have Yona here who's smiling, but his shadow does not fit his shape. So it's weird. Chapter 79, Beyond the Deathmatch. And then we cut to another section, which is an area that's very ornately designed. But it's also, the floor is also covered in fire. And we have one dark-skinned individual going, all is as you have willed. Latom. And then we cut to the special Fire Grand Cathedral 1. And everything is shaking around them. And we got Kareem and we got Lee. Another earthquake? There certainly have been a lot of them lately. My heart is giving me misgivings. Do you think Company 8 is doing okay? And then we have another one of the priests who's there right next to Kareem and Lee going, keep the chatter to a minimum. We're very sorry, Lieutenant Onyango. And then it's just silence while they're trying to pray. But then we have Captain Burns and Lieutenant Onyango. Okay, so we have the second in command to Captain Burns. I'm sorry to bring you out of retirement. Oh, with a name like that, you know what? We're very sorry, Lieutenant Onyango. Keep the chatter to a minimum. I'm sorry to bring you out of retirement. After what happened to Rekka, you didn't have much choice. It looks like we old war horses can't afford to leave Looks like we old war horses can't afford to leave the front yet, eh? How is your eye? Don't tell me all these earthquakes are. I didn't want Shinra Kusakabe getting involved with any of this. And because apparently Burns knows something. I tried to give Onyango an accent. How is your eye? Don't tell me all these earthquakes are. I didn't want Shinra Kusakabe getting involved with any of this. Does Captain Burns know something? And then we go back with Yona. Now then, I wonder how things are going. I'll just head on over to check on Shinra and Commander Sho. And he turns around, and there's another person standing there. Don't sneak up on me like that, Hamiya. You startled me. You're here? I'm here. There's someone else with an Adola burst. There's someone else with an Adola burst? Someone other than me and Sho, right? I feel like it's finally happening. And it's this individual who has, like, what looks to be a crown over her face, like over her eyes. Her hair's pulled up. She's got, like, a tattoo on her left shoulder. And she has what looks to be, like, drapey clothes just hanging off of her.
It's been 198 years since the start of the solar era. The evangelist will be...
Oh wait, this is Yona. It's been 198 years since the start of the solar era. The evangelist will be delighted. Holster, it's always good to see you, man. We just started on the first chapter of Volume 10. But we're back with Shinra and Sho. And Shinra's wondering what just happened because Sho showed speed that's faster than what Shinra could even perceive. And he hit Shinra with this high speed.
What happened? When did he attack me? I didn't see a thing. That was beyond just being fast.
Then we have Licht, who's watching this whole ordeal.
I did hear something about this from Joker, but this? It's like he's stopping time. No, it's not like. To move like that, he had to have done something to time.
And then Licht just goes on a whole scientist tangent here.
The theory of relativity. The faster a physical object moves, the slower time moves around it, and when it moves at light speed, time stops. But how is he using flames, or rather, manipulating heat to do that?
Sorry, one extra page flipped. And as Licht is getting way too beside himself, he actually starts to get closer to Sho and Shinra, and he teeters out from cover, but then he just sneaks back behind it.
Whoopsie daisy. I was so excited to find out more that I got a little too close for comfort. Even Commander Sho is just a third gen pyrotechnic using ignition powers, so I must assume that he's controlling heat. Maybe he's using it to do something to people's optic.
Something is going on. Hold on. I apologize. I had to check something. My voice was not feeling right.
Even Commander Sho is just a third gen pyrotechnic using ignition powers, so I must assume that he's controlling heat. Maybe he's using it to do something to people's optic nerves or inner brain functions? No, he's controlling time. There's always the possibility that he's affecting something I could never guess using common sense. And he can do it because of the Odola Burst!
Something feels weird in the back of my throat. And every time I start talking more and more and start doing voices, it starts to feel weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's starting to distract me.
And he can do it because of the Odola Burst! I already know that the Odola Burst is something unbelievably extraordinary, but Shinra-kun has the Odola Burst too. So what is the difference?
As he's looking at both Sho and Shinra. Voicing Victor does that? No, it goes beyond that. It's not like something that's happening to my throat. It's at the top of the roof of my mouth. I don't know if I need to blow my nose or I might need to do that. I might need to blow my nose because I cannot do this reading for all of you guys and I don't feel right. So hold on.
Okay. All right. Okay, whatever that bubbling feeling that I had in the back of my throat while I was reading, it's gone now. Maybe I needed to like gargle. I probably had to gargle and then blow my nose in order to get that situated. We shouldn't have any more problems going forward. I apologize for the break of immersion for all of you. But we're back after Lick says, I already know that the Adola Burst is something unbelievably extraordinary. But Shinra-kun has the Adola Burst too. So what is the difference? And then we have Sho saying, move as swiftly as you can, knave, but you will never match my speed. You and I exist in two separate universes. Huh? What are you talking about? Universe? Idiomatically, it would be more natural to say we're on different levels. The power to control flame, time, the universe? So we live in different universes? Does that mean I'm supposed to give up? I'm taking you home with me if I have to drag you kicking and screaming! And it shows Shinra rushing Sho and causing a big torrent of fire to erupt in front of him. And while Sho is, trying to swing his sword to hit Shinra, Shinra moves out of the way. I'll blind him with fire to make an opening, then use the rapid. Yo, Psycho, what's going on? I'll blind him with fire to make an opening, then use the rapid. Then it shows Sho as it seems like he's enveloped with something. And it shows Shinra just airborne, but he's frozen. Like, everything has just stopped. He's slowing down time again. He covers that much distance in the blink of an eye. One miscalculation, and I could lose this battle, but he'll never reach me. And it shows Sho swinging his sword in one direction, and then you see a shockwave, but even the shockwave itself is still. As he swings it, and then time resumes, and Shinra is launched into another wall, while Sho is standing there, pretty much unfazed. And then we see steam coming off of Sho, apparently, because this is what Lick says. That steam! It's like when the outside air is suddenly chilled, or when something frozen is instantly thawed. And then we see Shinra trying to get back up from being thrown about by his brother. Was he tricked by a fox or something? And then Shinra's legs start shaking, because with the whole Adola Burst and Adola Link thing going on. And then Lick starts to get, even more crazed. Universe, time, frozen. If he can affect expanding heat. But it is possible. If my theory is correct, then it would be possible to affect time. And then Lick is just beside himself with all this knowledge. But it's so... I know he's a third gen, but I'm still not sure that's humanly possible. Well, the only way to explain how he's moving is to say he stopped time. Shinra, let's get out of here. You're out of your league. You can't beat him. Commander Sho is. What are you saying about Sho? The speed at which you move in your universe means nothing to me. I rule my own universe. And one thing I'm noticing around Sho is that he's enveloped in this field. Your own universe? What does that even mean? And then Shinra looks down at his feet, and he sees those black flames coming out of him again. Like that same mindscape where he was in a field of black flames and tons of bones that were on fire as well. He sees that place once again. Again? Another Adola Link? And he's there, and Sho is there with him. No amount of words would ever successfully explain it to you. Can you see this person behind me, knave? And behind Sho is the same figure that we saw with those other two members of the White Clads when they were saying Latom in this whole big room full of fire. This individual is right behind Sho as well. And that's the end of Chapter 79. Onwards to Chapter 80, Sho's Power. And it shows Shinra inside this Adololink mindscape.
Darn it! Not again! What the heck is this place?
The world refers to the Adola Burst as the Genesis Flame, the flame of perdition. They still think of it as a mystery. But the flame of the Adola Burst never belonged to the world you knaves inhabit.
What do you mean?
You can see it now via the Adola link, can't you? This bizarre landscape, the countless flames welling up out of the black terrain. This is the Adola Burst.
So, you're saying the Adola Burst is fire from another dimension? But why would I have something from another dimension? I live on Earth!
I am telling you, it is an energy that can command all things.
So what? You're saying this bizarro world I'm seeing is what's causing the spontaneous human combustion? This is an Adola link? What the heck is this place?
This is the other world, Adola. Many people have seen this land throughout the ages.
I've never heard of it. If people'd seen it, you'd think they'd be talking about it.
Since times long past, those who have seen this land have called it Hell.
This is hell? So who's that behind you?
The one performing the Adola link and showing us this landscape. This is the Evangelist.
And that's the figure that's standing right behind Sho. Then we're back in the present, in the real world again.
The Evangelist? It's all gone. You're the Evangelist? Where are you? I know you're the one using those bugs to turn people into infernals!
And then it shows Licht going, Shinra, are you alright? What was that? Is something wrong? Was it another Adola link?
Through the grace of the Evangelist, I can command all things. Your Adola Burst will never be a match for mine, knave.
Shinra! In case you want to know, I figured out Commander Sho's powers!
Huh?
Based on everything Commander Sho has done in this fight, the only explanation is that he's stopping time! I know it's hard to believe, but all our science is based on the idea that a pyrokinetic's powers manipulate flames and heat. But if he can control the heat of the expanding universe, then it's possible that he can stop time! Let me explain the expansion of the universe and its relation to time. First, okay, Licht is about to have a whole science explanation right now. So just sit back and enjoy the science. Let me explain the expansion of the universe and its relation to time. First, the universe started with an enormous explosion known as the Big Bang. The point where the Big Bang occurred is the center of the universe, and space is still expanding away from that point to this very day. Shinra? Have you heard any of this?
I think. Something about the universe growing into infinity, right? What does that have to do with Sho's powers?
The expansion of the universe is the key to the Commander's mysteries. This next part is my reasoning. Because of that expansion, the planet we live on is currently moving away from the center of the universe. And it shows it. And it shows like a diagram. The expansion speed of point B on the outside is faster than that of point A. So we see the Big Bang, then we see point A, then we see point B as it gets closer to Earth. Regarding the speed of expansion, according to Hubble's law, the farther you get away from the center of the universe, the faster things are expanding. Point B is moving faster than point A, so its time is moving slower, regarding time. And according to the theory of relativity, the faster an object moves, the slower time moves from that object. In other words, we can assume that things on the outside are... Oh wait, this was Licht the whole time. I thought it was just like special... I thought this was just like special narration. I gotta read it like Licht. The expansion speed of point B on the outside is faster than that of point A. According to Hubble's law, the farther you get away from the center of the universe, the faster things are expanding. Point B is moving faster than point A, so its time is moving slower. And according to the theory of relativity, the faster an object moves, the slower time moves for that object. In other words, we can assume that things on the outside are moving faster, and therefore their time is slower, while things on the inside are moving slower, ergo their time is faster. These are the laws of nature that we've been able to observe. Are you with me so far? Now, as for the expansion of objects, matter is a property that causes it to expand when heated, and to contract when cooled. If he can use his Adola Burst to affect the heat of the expansion of the universe, then he can make it hotter, and the speed of expansion increases. If he cools it, the speed will decrease. If the commander cools the expansion heat around him, then he'll slow the time around him too. And that explains his ability to stop time. Commander Sho is using his Adola Burst to reduce the heat of the universe expansion. Thus, he's able to move faster than us. Even now, as I'm reading it, it's like, whew, is there going to be a test? And then it just shows a diagram of how Sho responds with his own powers and how it allows him to stop time.
An Adola Burst can do that?
And then Sho says,
It is as he says. I am taking heat from the expansion of the universe around me and stopping time.
when you was first watching the anime, since you watched the anime first, before Sho's power was fully explained, you made a guess and it had something to do with time dilation. But man, was he wrong? It was so much powerful than that. This man is literally taking the heat of the universe and manipulating it around himself, thus allowing him to move faster than time itself. For layman's terms, for too long didn't read, Sho is using his pyrokinetic abilities to cool and warm the heat of the universe itself around him, allowing him to bypass time. That's what Sho's doing. That's crazy to me. It doesn't matter how fast you can move, Shinra. If he's moving through contracted time, you'll never be faster than him.
You gotta be kidding me. That doesn't mean I should give up.
As Shinra starts running towards Sho, and Sho, using his speed heat? Time heat? What do you call this power? Heat time? Speed heat? Heat speed? Heat speed. Using his heat speed, or time heat, it's got to have a cool name. But Sho is already behind Shinra and pops him in the shoulder. And while Shinra is recoiling and looking back to where Sho was, Sho uses his powers again, and he's right next to Shinra and knocks him away.
Dang it!
And then it shows Sho sticking the tip of his sword into Shinra's shoulder.
Ah!
Struggle all you like. To me, you are frozen in place, knave.
You little brat!
And as he tries to grab the sword is immediately gone, and Sho has already kicked Shinra in the back of the head. Then, continuing to use his powers, he appears in front of Shinra and hits him in the face, like hits him square in the nose with like the pommel of his sword. And as Shinra is falling towards the ground, Sho is above him and proceeds to stab him in the back with his sword. It's no use, you can't beat him!
It is impossible. You will never capture me.
What?
You cannot beat me, knave.
Knave, give it a rest, you little smart aleck! Just once in your life, be a cute little brother and call me Oni-chan!
And then Sho is silent. And then Shinra, while his face is bleeding, he just thinks to himself,
Dang it! What makes Sho so different from me? Is it his link with the evangelist? I have an Adola Burst too, don't I?
And then Shinra gets up real quick, but Sho is already off of him.
This is ticking me off! Just you watch. I'm gonna catch you right now! You can do it, Oni-chan! Stop that!
As Lick says it, but Shinra's all like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Aw, meanie.
Okay, back to our game of tag.
This is a foolish waste of time.
Go on, Sho! Run! Big Brother's it, and he's gonna get you!
And it shows Sho hitting Shinra over and over. Because every time he tries to get to Sho is using his speed to just hit him over and over and over again.
You've never played tag before, have you? Hitting the tagger is against the rules!
I have no intention of playing along with your nonsense.
You really are a brat!
And then it shows Shinra preparing to use Rapid to get close to Sho. And then we have Shinra when he's a kid.
Show, your big brother is here to play with you.
But then we see Shinra has blitzed Sho and grazed his cheek. Mind you, this entire time, Sho's never been touched by Shinra at all. And now Shinra has managed to reach a speed in which Sho couldn't even react.
He forced a link?
I missed. I didn't think I'd go that fast.
He's gotten faster since we got here, goes Licht. And then Shinra's looking at Sho.
I didn't come all the way down here just to pass the time. I'm absolutely gonna make his stuck-up brother call him Brother Man!
And that's the end of Chapter 80. Onwards to Chapter 81 of Big Brother's Determination. And we have Shinra and Sho, once again, with Sho touching his cheek that's been singed by Shinra, going,
You just...
So close. I was going faster than I thought. Mess with my timing.
That was fast, goes Licht.
My speed's gone up. Sho and I both have ignition powers. We're both 3rd gen pyrokinetics. We have the Otherworld Flame, the Adola Burst. He said that the flame of the Adola Burst can command anything. Sho's powers are probably so strong because he has such a high fidelity link to that Adola world.
And it shows Sho and Shinra inside this Adola world, like as a little graphic of what Shinra is describing.
The Adola link, huh? When my feet tingled, I went faster. Is that because of the Adola link too? The Evangelist. Who or what? Is the Evangelist even human? If my Adola Burst can get me the grace of the Evangelist or whatever it is, then I'll be stronger. But how? If I can get enough speed to outrun Sho's.
As it shows...
If I can get enough speed to outrun Sho's powers!
And he tries to get to Sho once again, but Sho, hits him in the back. I said backed with a T. That's on the internet now. I said backed. But he hits Shinra in the back. And Shinra goes bouncing and gets back up again.
Dang it! I've had an Adola link happen a few times before.
And then it shows Sho moving fast once again.
And I can do it again!
And then it shows blood dripping from Shinra as he's starting to get a little bit messed up.
At this rate, I'm not gonna last!
But then it shows Sho right behind Shinra with
Severed Universe.
And then we see more of those flame feathers falling through the air. And then it shows Shinra hit in his midsection all of a sudden. Commander Sho is still faster. It doesn't matter how fast Shinra-kun gets, he'll never catch him. And Shinra starts to fall over, but he still lands on one knee.
It's only a matter of time before you fall.
Twice before, I felt the emotions of others flow through me. Lieutenant Conroe's desperate cry for help, and Dr. Giovanni's urge to kill. I thought it was my hero senses, but I guess it was the Adola link. Before, I let them come to me. But this time, I'm gonna go get him myself!
As Shinra charges up more fire in his feet.
You cannot do it without the grace of the Evangelist.
I know that!
And then he launches towards Sho, using Rapid. And then Shinra just thinks of Sho when he was a baby. And as it looks like Shinra's breaking a barrier, all of a sudden, Sho is right there, and he just completely stops Shinra with his sword. Mind you, Sho's sword is not inside of its scabbard. The blade is out, and he just lets Shinra fall right onto the blade, like he just runs into the blade itself. And proceeds to cut Shinra across the chest.
Gah!
Shinra, let's just get out of here! At the rate you're going, you're only going to get yourself killed! And then it shows Sho just hitting Shinra all over, using his superior speed in a way that Shinra can't react.
Why are you so intent on fighting me when you know you can't win?
Because I keep seeing glimpses of you, back when you were a baby, because you're my little brother!
What meaning is there in a blood relation? It doesn't bind me to you.
The people around me have taken good care of me.
And then he's thinking of Captain Obi and Lieutenant Hinaba. And in that case, we're just gonna have to believe it, too.
We'll build our strategy around the assumption that Shinra's brother is with them.
Then Maki and Hinaba and Hibana.
You can talk to me too. This lunch will cheer you up.
Then Kanuro.
Thanks. I appreciate that you feel that way. I'll take you up on that, until you find what really means the world to you.
And then Benimaru.
He's your only family. Be the one to protect him.
And then it shows Sho going,
That means nothing.
as he knocks away Shinra with a very powerful swipe. But Shinra's still on his feet, bloodied and bruised and battered, but he still goes,
And now I'm going to extend all their kindnesses to you. Why? Because I'm your big brother, that's why!
and then he gets on the ground, preparing to use his speed again.
You know, Sho, to you I may just be some random guy who showed up out of nowhere. But you're more than that to me. I lost you and Mom. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. I lived my whole life wishing, thinking over and over again.
I feel myself getting into this story so much that I almost forgot that I was just streaming. And I was just like getting into this. Like let's 100% focus. I'm sorry.
I lived my whole life wishing, thinking over and over again. One more time. If I could just see them one more time. I won't be beaten that easily. I just can't give up on you. Sho, thanks for being alive. To me, you're a miracle.
And then it shows Sho looking at Shinra with like this tense face.
All I can do is go faster. Focus on speed.
As it shows Shinra moving faster and faster. And then Sho says,
Severed universe.
and then the whole area that Sho is in, it slows down. It's just time is frozen. But then Sho starts looking around, because this is supposed to be his domain.
What? This is my frozen world. That's impossible. He vanished?
Because Shinra is not in the room, even though Sho has completely stopped time in the area they're standing in. You see Licht, but Shinra's gone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Chapter 81. Onwards to Chapter 82, The Grace of the Evangelist.
He vanished? That's impossible. Where is Shinra Kusakabe?
And then we cut back to Obi versus Giovanni. Oh, come on. Is this how it went in the anime? I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I watched it. But we have Obi with Giovanni. What is the Adola Burst?
As we speak, Shinra Kusakabe's Adola Burst will be getting stronger through his link with the Captain Sho.
Link? Link to what exactly?
The source of the Adola Burst is not on our plane. It is a flame from another world. They are linked to the world that houses the primordial fire. Since ancient times, ignorant fools such as yourself have called this world Hell. The Adola Burst is a special flame that can affect all forms of heat. It is the next step for pyrokinetics, and the infernal spark that has been setting humankind ablaze.
Just realized Sho's ability reminds you of a domain expansion from JJK. That's the reason why I said domain. That's the reason why I said domain. I had to throw that reference in there.
Domain expansion. Severed universe.
Seriously? Oh boy, I need myself a good Jujutsu Kaisen action RPG game. Let me play Gojo. Not Curse Clash, but let me play an action RPG.
The Adola Burst is a special flame that can affect all forms of heat. It is the next step for pyrokinetics, and the infernal spark that has been setting humankind ablaze.
Hell? That's a pretty tall tale. You're saying it really exists?
To be precise, no. It isn't actually hell. It is an other world called Adola.
What are you people after? Made you think that when I said domain? I knew that that subtle wording would spark a thought in your mind as soon as I said it. What are you people after?
My role was to bring Commander Sho into contact with Shinra Kusakabe. Now that the link has occurred as planned, there is no more need to stall for time. All is as the Evangelist wills it.
You're saying the original flame that causes SHC comes from this Atolla? Then what about the bugs? Why do you use bugs to ignite SHC?
You wish to know how the bugs and the flames are related? Well, you see...
I won't tell you! As another giant mouth appears out of Giovanni, and then he gets all quiet again as he goes,
Just kidding. They often say that insect life forms exist outside of the terrestrial's theory of evolution, yes? Where do the bugs come from? There are even those amongst researchers who hypothesize that they come from outer space. The origins of insects are unknown to us. What if they came from Adola? Like a moth to a flame. What if those moths are trying to return to their mother flame?
And Obi is quiet. Please let me know if you guys can hear me well, because I got my mic kind of close, and I don't want it to feel like my voice is out in the distance, but I want to make sure that it's good. Captain! Captain! Lieutenant Hinawa! That voice. Oh, wait. Someone's going, Captain! Lieutenant Hinawa! That voice. Maki?
It would appear that your subordinates have returned. The time is almost ripe.
And then we get Vulcan. Dang it, are you running away?
I'll leave Lisa with you, but you won't undo her brainwashing.
And it shows Lisa in Vulcan's arms.
No, wait. No, wait. Please don't leave. Don't leave me. Please.
Lisa. Brainwashing, religion, faith. To humanity, they are akin to a curse. Farewell.
As Giovanni starts to fade into the dark, with Obi going, wait! And then we have Giovanni again. And to answer your question, they did do this in the anime too. I'm just trying to remember so many things about the anime. I'm just trying to remember so many things, Halster. It's been a minute since I watched the anime. I'm going to have to watch it again. But stop when I get to the part where I stop at a volume. So that way, I want the manga to refresh my memory.
Class is over, you Company 8 fools. Class is over. You Company 8 fools have done no more than finally stand at the threshold. There are those in other companies who have made it to this point. I leave the opening of the door to you.
Then we get Maki, Tamaki, and Iris.
Captain, you're safe.
Are either of you hurt?
No. Are you all right? You look pale.
I'm fine. Let's go find the rest of our company.
And then Obi's just thinking about what Giovanni just revealed to him.
He's saying that SHC comes from the flames of hell? What is happening to our world?
And then we cut back to Sho, who's wondering what's going on with Shinra not being frozen in his world.
Should I return the flow of time to normal? No, it's too dangerous to revert when I can't ascertain his movements. But I've reached his limit.
As it shows Sho starting to get some like cold ice on the back, and then steam starts to come off of his back, I guess to get rid of the back of his head starting to ice over, because it's like the crick sound, like the sound that you would see ice do. But time resumes, and there's an explosion right behind Sho, with Sho looking back quickly going, what in... And he looks and he sees that Shinra has crashed into a wall.
Ow! That one was fast. I went right past you, huh?
When did you? How did you get over there? What? Commander Sho couldn't fight that one?
Am I almost as fast as you now? This game of tag isn't over. I'm gonna catch you. You can bet on it!
And then a ping just goes through Sho's head.
Gah. Sho, what do you want to play today?
Was that image an Adola link? He must have connected to me. My powers are made manifest through the grace of the Evangelist. Have you obtained that blessing through your link with me? We both have the Adola burst, don't we? Under the right conditions, I can do anything you can.
Why did you vanish a moment ago?
I don't know. I was just trying to go fast.
From what Commander Sho is saying, it sounds like he was in his frozen world and Shinra wasn't there. All he did was try to go fast and he disappeared? When an object goes beyond a certain speed, it can't endure the shock and it falls apart. All the more reason why people don't have super speed in real life, because if your body is not ready to go at speeds more than what the human body can handle, it literally will rip apart. Have you ever seen those videos with people undergoing G's inside of a jet? Or astronauts training to withstand G's when they get inside of a rocket? Yeah, that amount of pressure going at a certain amount of speed, it can wreak havoc on your body. Some people don't even look recognizable when the G-forces are affecting them. Imagine going at speeds faster than the speed of light with your body, and your body is not made to go at that speed. You will literally blow yourself apart at a speed like that. That's the reason why we don't have superpowers. Because our bodies would not be able to handle it. When an object goes beyond a certain speed, it can't endure the shock and it falls apart. If he's moving at super speed, maybe his body disintegrated into microscopic particles. No, if a human being disintegrates, how does he go back together? But Commander Sho is freezing the universe, which is pretty insane too. If you can command all things, then theoretically you should be able to put your body back together after disintegrating. Just who is this evangelist who can make all this possible? And Licht is having a hard time just trying to comprehend all of this.
Here I come,
goes Shinra. I'll chill the universe before he even moves. And then it shows another explosion right behind Sho, showing that Shinra is moving faster than him. Because he didn't even react this time. Now the shoe is on the other foot.
Huh? I haven't gotten it down yet.
And then we have Licht again. He failed to react again. The only explanation is that he atomized himself. Is Shinra actually moving faster than the speed of light? If an object is capable of moving that fast, then theoretically he could go back in time. So after he disintegrates, is he going faster than light speed back in time to before he disintegrated? But if he keeps running around at that speed, wouldn't he create a black hole? That wouldn't just destroy the Nether, he'd wipe out the whole empire. Should I tell him? I'm pretty sure Shinra has no idea what he's doing. No, this could be my chance to witness a grand event. It's more than a scientist could ever hope for. One of the reasons why I never want to be a scientist. The push towards wanting to see something incredibly dangerous happen for science. This could doom the world! But I have to catalog this and jot this down just in case. That's why I can't be no scientist. Because y'all gonna expect me to do some dangerous stuff for the sake of, well, we just want to know. Huh? Doom the entire planet just because you want to see if chocolate can go inside of a particle accelerator? No!
I'm getting the hang of it. If you don't dodge the next one, you're gonna be it.
I'll stop time before he moves. If an object moves at light speed, time stops for it. Thanks to the Adola link, Shinra can move at light speed. Which means... And then, as that happens, his words, which means... It just slows down to a crawl because Sho has used Severed Universe. And it shows Shinra and Sho in the same space. As long I stop him first. Okay, I'm not messing this up. It just says, as long I stop him first. Should have another as in there. As long as I stop him first, he presents no threat. I did not expect him to force an Adola link. It's a bit of a surprise, but nothing I can't handle. This has certainly alleviated some boredom. And as he goes to move his sword, it shows Shinra. It shows Shinra moving. Like you see his body slowly breaking apart, just the same way that Licht has described. And then we see Shinra going from using the same Torahishigi sign that he was Hishigi sign into a completely closed fist. And this shocks Sho, because Shinra is directly in front of Sho, and he hits Sho. And then it resumes what Licht was saying. He can actually invade Commander Sho's frozen universe? And that is the end of Chapter 82. Onwards to Chapter 83, 4th Generation. And it shows Shinra hitting Sho.
You came into my frozen world.
Oh, did I hit you?
Huh? What is the meaning of this? How did you get into my suspended world when your Adola burst hasn't been blessed by the Evangelists?
That's how it worked with Lieutenant Conroy and Dr. Giovanni. If my feelings for you get strong, we can connect. You and the Evangelists are connected, right? So if I link to you, I can link to the Evangelists.
You access the Evangelist's grace through me?
Commander Sho manipulates the heat from the expansion of the universe to stop time, and Shinra stops time by moving faster than light speed. What's going on, Byron? We are on Chapter 83 of Volume 10 of Fire Force, and Shinra has gained access to stopping time just like Sho. Though he's still getting used to it, and Licht is just head over heels with his knowledge. Commander Sho manipulates the heat from the expansion of the universe to stop time, and Shinra stops time by moving faster than light speed. I can't miss even a nanosecond of this. Better get all my blinks in now. And he just blinks as many times as he can. But as this is going on, someone is watching Shinra and Sho. And it's Yona and Hamiya. Hamiya. It's a nice view from here, isn't it, Hamiya? Hamiya. Not Hamiya, but it's Hamiya. It's a nice view from here, isn't it, Hamiya? It's finally started.
Yes, an Adola burst has awakened through an Adola link with the Evangelists. In other words, a 4th generation.
Then we get to Sho.
So, our time is measured the same? Then have at you. Severed universe.
And it shows Shinra running towards Sho.
I promise, Mom, I'm gonna get Sho back!
And it shows him and Sho fighting. And while Sho tries to hit Shinra, Shinra blocks it. Mind you, they are in this severed universe where time stops all around them except for them too. And Shinra is capable of keeping up with Sho. And he manages to hit Sho.
I finally found you! I'll catch you! You'll see!
But while Sho gets hit in his side, he manages to hit Shinra in the face. And then he slashes Shinra in his midsection again. And then it shows Licht going, just one blink, and everything has changed. Every time Licht blinks, both Shinra and Sho are in different sections of the room. They're moving pretty much faster than thought when you think about it. Because if you're able to stop time, I mean, so does the speed of thought, and thoughts are very fast. In the time it takes to open and close my eyes, so much has happened. Because it shows all around Shinra and Sho that they're literally destroying the room from the force of their blows, from the speed they're moving. And Shinra gets knocked back, and even Sho gets knocked back. Then it shows Shinra hitting Sho in the face, and then it shows Yona. I have no idea what they're doing. Can you see it, Hamiya?
Kind of.
I wonder how much fighting they get done in the time it takes us to say a word or two. I'm not even human, and I'm totally bedazzled. This man said he ain't even human. That would explain his weird-looking face that looks like it has a seam going down the middle of it. I knew he was weird, but he's not human. I wonder how much fighting they get done in the time it takes us to say a word or two. I'm not even human, and I'm totally bedazzled. Who made the last tag? Oh, wait, this is Shinra going,
Who made the last tag?
What are you talking about?
We're playing tag. Who's it now?
Ridiculous.
As he tries to rush Shinra, and then Shinra just, atomizes again because he's moving that fast. And then he stops Sho before Sho can even draw a sword.
Why are you so persistent, knave? I am not your brother.
Why are you so annoyed? Are you in a rebellious phase?
Don't appear out of nowhere and try to act like you know me. I am not annoyed! As Shinra backflips and he goes,
Hey! I'm over here! Follow the clapping hands!
and then Shinra immediately gets slapped. Immediately gets hit by Sho. Oh, are you starting to slow down?
Shut up, I still got plenty of fire in me!
But then it shows Shinra suddenly bleeding from his midsection. You're badly injured, and you're close to overheating. You almost had me, but you've not had as much practice using the Adola Burst as I have. It's over. I'm taking you to the Evangelists. We need your flames. Then it shows Shinra trying to run again, but it's clear that he is not as fast as he used to be, as Sho immediately hits him, something that Shinra would have been able to block earlier on. And Shinra hits the ground.
Dang it!
Shinra, no! You can't fight anymore! You're almost overheated, and if you overheat while using those powers, the damage will be irreparable! Listen to me, Shinra. Whenever you stop time, your body disintegrates. In other words, you've been dying!
You're saying I'm dead?
You're using your fire powers to accelerate up to light speed and stop time. When you get to that speed, the shock causes your bodies to break down into particles. Then you keep accelerating, go beyond the speed of light, and turn time back. And when that happens, your body goes back to normal. If you overheat in the middle of that move, you might not be able to regenerate. You'll just be dead.
I won't be able to come back?
And then Shinra starts having that same old smile. Not like a happy smile, but, either his tense or nervous smile.
If I overheat during my next run at him...
What's so funny? You are making me ill.
Get off my back! It's a nervous tick! No, I'm not nervous. This smile isn't from fear. It's because I'm so happy I get to play with you!
And as Shinra stands up, those same blades of fire that we tend to see emanate from Shinra's feet are surrounding him. Then another memory pops inside of Sho's head, as it shows Sho, as a baby, with his brother Shinra. Stay out of my head. You make me sick. No, Shinra! Weren't you listening to me? You won't be able to come back this time!
I will come back! I won't leave Sho again. I won't leave Sho alone ever again! If I did that, I'd be a failure as a big brother.
And as Shinra says that, we reach the end of chapter 83. Onwards to chapter 84. Smile.
Here I come, Sho!
Stop acting like my brother! And then it shows Shinra going at light speed, atomizing, and then reforming to clash with Sho again. You disgust me. Why won't you give up? Surely you don't have any memories of me either.
It's that face. When you were a baby, you laughed, you cried, you were much more human.
And then it shows a young Shinra going,
Was it dark under there? It's okay now. Your big brother saved you.
Then back to the present. Are these your memories? What a repulsive vision. I told you to stay out of my head.
We were brothers!
Stop it! As Sho's combating this idea. And then Shinra gets hit again by the slash while they're moving at this high speed.
I won't stop. Not until I get the real you back. Go faster! I'm gonna find that time when we were brothers and never let it go!
As Shinra flies through the air, atomizes, and then those particles flow into Sho. Like, he atomizes and it's like bits of memories go towards Sho, and it hits him. And then he starts seeing all of Shinra's memories.
The devil. He's the devil. He gives me the creeps.
As Shinra was in school at the time. Just look at that face. I heard he smiled just like that when his family died. Are these Shinra Kusakabe's memories?
Take me to him. Faster! Take me to Sho! Just you wait.
What am I seeing? Shinra Kusakabe's memories. They're flowing into my head. At the speed of light, time stops. Beyond that, time goes backwards. Shinra Kusakabe is moving faster than the speed of light. Is that causing his memories of the past to link with me? And then it cuts to when Shinra was talking earlier on.
To be honest, I couldn't say how I would feel if I ever got to see Sho again. But still, I'm gonna be a superhero and protect you and Sho! The promise I made Mom kept us together as a family!
Yoda, good to see you. Promise? Family ties? What meaning is there in these things? And then it shows Shinra inside this mindscape with Sho.
Good question. I do want to honor the promise I made Mom. But now that I've met you, the promise has nothing to do with it.
I couldn't care less either way.
Are you sure about that?
As it cuts to the memories of Shinra as a kid that Sho is experiencing. Look, it's Kusakabe. He killed his mother. I heard he killed his baby brother too. What? How? He roasted them. He's not human. He killed his mother and baby brother. That would be me. It wasn't me. There was something there. Something in the fire. Oh wait, this is Shinra.
It wasn't me. There was something there. Something in the fire. Something besides Mom and Sho and me. It was an infernal with horns. I'm gonna find that bastard. And I promise, I swear, I will burn him to ashes!
And this is Shinra thinking this to himself while in school and having that weird smile on his face, causing everyone to, avoid him ever still.
Did you see his face? He's a devil.
Get off my back. My face tenses up in that smile. Ever since the fire. I killed Sho? Since then, whenever I feel nervous, I tense up into that weird smile. I am not a devil. I wish I could see you again. Mom, Sho.
And then Sho is thinking of the memory of when Shinra said,
Sho, thanks for being alive. To me, you are a miracle.
What point is there in showing me your memories? I am not your little brother. And it shows a young baby Sho.
We're the same. We could smile just fine when we were kids. So why can't either of us smile a real smile now?
I have no past. I need no past. As it shows Sho crying, but also being surrounded by flames, while sitting in front of this giant ornate wall with the evangelist statue attached to it. Oh, it's a person, because it's actually the evangelist, an actual person, as she goes, Child, you hold the Adola burst. Come with me, and we will open the door. And another child we see here is Haumea, who's in one panel, along with Sho. This memory, is it mine? Is it a memory I lost?
12 years ago, we were a family. Mom and Sho, and me. Until that fire came along.
Then it shows the fire completely engulfing the house. And then Shinra standing with Captain Burns. And people arguing, going,
You expect me to take a dangerous boy like him? My grandson? Do you have any idea what this boy did? And he... Look at you! How can you smile like that?
Before the fire, we didn't even have to think about smiling. We just did it. Every day. With Mom. We were happy. We were brothers. We were family.
Sho, Shinra, I love you.
as it shows, well, Shinra and Sho's mom. This woman is my mother?
What you making, Mom?
Hamburg steak.
Yes!
And then it shows Sho crying in another room. We hear Sho crying in another room.
Sho's crying.
Oh my. What do? I just fed him and put him to sleep. Just hold on a minute. I'll go wash my hands.
I'll do it, Mom. I'll go save the day. I'm on my way, Sho!
And then it shows Shinra's mom smiling at him. And Sho's crying, and then we have Shinra skidding into the room.
Are you okay? You can relax now. Your brother's here.
And it shows Sho in this crib with like a newspaper over him.
I guess the wind blew the newspaper over here. Mom! It was just a newspaper! The wind blew it into its face!
Oh, thank you. And then Sho is steadily crying with the newspaper still on his face. And it shows Sho reaching out, and then Shinra starts to reach towards him.
Oh, sorry, don't cry. I'll get it off of you.
And then there's darkness.
It's dark. I'm scared. Help me.
And then as the paper gets moved off of Sho's face, there's light, and then Sho sees Shinra.
Was it dark under there? It's okay now. Your big brother saved you. You can stop crying. Your big brother is a hero.
And then Sho, with tears in his eyes, he starts laughing because he's well, I wouldn't say he's laughing. He's smiling because he sees his bro.
See? Nothing to worry about. You always have your brother on your side, Sho.
And then it cuts back to real-time Sho, and Sho is crying.
You've been in the dark for so long. I'm sorry for leaving you all alone. Leaving you alone all this time. Let's get out of here and go somewhere with some light. I'll take you there.
This is my brother.
As they both materialize back into the real world, and Sho just puts his head against his brother, with Shinra going,
Let's go home.
Shinra! Then blood starts to come out of Shinra's mouth, and then we see blood falling to the floor. And then we see Sho looking perplexed, as Sho has apparently stabbed Shinra through the chest.
Sho, this isn't your fault.
And then Shinra falls to his knee. And then we get Haomiya, who drops down going,
Looks like you couldn't control your speed and ran straight into the sword. Oh my.
Haomiya.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Chapter 84. Onwards to Chapter 85. How many chapters do I have again? I tell y'all, I'm probably going to forget it every single time. 85, 86, 87. Yep, we only got 3 more chapters. Well, 2 more chapters after this one. Chapter 85, A Plot Revealed. And then we see the sword in the first panel.
Hello?
As we see Haomiya there with Sho.
Haomiya.
Shinra Kusakabe has an Adola burst. We can't have him die on us. I'll go ahead and collect him.
And then Shinra's struggling to, do anything because a sword is sticking through his chest. This is bad news. This is bad. We have a new enemy on our hands.
Who the heck are you? You're the ones who kidnapped Sho, aren't you? What are you gonna do with all these Adola bursts?
Well, apparently the Great Cataclysm 250 years ago was a dud. But if we collect Adola bursts, we can make another cataclysm. That's why we've been using bugs to make pyrokinetics and find Adola bursts. And we need you and Sho.
As she happily says so, like she's just giggling and smiling real manic-like. Hey, what are you telling them for? Goes Yona.
Oopsie.
Well, why not? Knowing ain't gonna help them stop us. You know what? I kind of feel like I want to put a Jersey accent on Haomiya. But if we collect Adola bursts, we can make another cataclysm. That's why we be using bugs to make pyrokinetics and find Adola bursts. And we need you and Sho.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Even though her voice isn't like this in the dub, I kind of want to do it. Did Sho stab him, or did he just turn back to normal onto the blade? Who knows? It's hard to tell. All we know is that the sword is there. Oh, man. I was actually resting my elbow and it stiffened up. Ugh. Hold on, give me a sec. You ever rest your arms on something for so long? Okay. I'll just hold my arms up. I can do that. I have strong arms.
And we need you and Sho.
Hey, what are you telling them for? Goes Yona.
Oopsie. Well, why not? No one ain't gonna help him stop us. Okie dokie. Time to collect Shinra Kusakabe.
and it shows Hamiya walking over to Shinra, but then Sho stands in her way.
What's the matter, Widow Shokun?
Before you take him, tell me, what happened 12 years ago?
I don't know. I have a weakness for big, strong men, so why don't you try to force it out of me?
Enough of your foolishness.
Go on, out of the way. Get.
Severed Universe! As Sho tries to use Severed Universe, and then Hamiya's holding her hand up in front of Sho, because nothing has happened.
Is something the matter?
Time didn't stop. Have I been cut from grace? And then it shows Hamiya holding her hand up to Sho's head. And one thing I'm noticing here is that Hamiya's hands are specifically shown to have longer fingernails than most women in this entire series thus far. Like, it's shown that her nails come out like a short distance away. It's a weird thing to notice, but it's just, when you see a person's hand in a single panel, you tend to notice not just the fingers, but the fingernails as well. So it's like, it's long. But she puts her hand up in front of Sho, and then Sho just immediately falls unconscious. Like, you see like this buzz, like something happens to his head all of a sudden, and he just falls immediately unconscious.
Yeah, Sho!
And then Sho struggles to get back up, but his eyes have lost the luster they had his eyes have lost that luster, and he just stands up right next to Hamiya.
Huh? You! What did you do?
And then it shows Hamiya placing her foot on Sho's sword, and then shoving it further into Shinra's body.
Ooh, you're still alive and kicking? I'm so impressed.
As she's pressing the sword further into Shinra's body. Shinra!
Now, are you ready to come along?
And then something fires, and it stops right outside. It stops short of Hamiya, like she has this little shield around her.
What in the what? What in the what?
And we see that it's Lieutenant Hinawa right next to Licht. Lieutenant Hinawa! Then we see Arthur right next to Hamiya, and he swings his sword and knocks Hamiya directly into a pillar. I was going for her head, but she repelled me.
Arthur! Lieutenant!
And Arthur's looking at Shinra, who still has a sword, a katana sticking through his chest, as he goes, I am the one who will vanquish you, devil. Don't die on me now.
Looks like we have some pests to exterminate.
Arthur, she uses this weird move.
Silence. Don't speak. Shut up. And then that same thing that happened to Sho, it makes its way to Arthur's brain.
Okay, you're in my way, so get out of it. Shoo!
And then Arthur is all like, huh? Because remember, Arthur is dumb, so this doesn't work on him.
Huh? It's not working?
A foolish trick meant to surprise me, eh? Have at you!
Plasma? So he jammed my electric signal. Jeepers creepers, you annoying one.
Hamiya, hurry! It's almost time!
Oh, I know. It'll only take a second to crush these twerps.
And then it shows Tekyo, you know, the ones from Maki, flying towards her as she goes,
Not another one. What is it this time?
As Tekyo hit this invisible shield that Hamiya has against her. And then they clatter to the side.
My Tekyo.
Its electric system frizzed out. And then we see Hinawa firing his gun, and the bullets bounce off of the shield that she has around her. I'll keep her busy. You get Shinra out of here.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
And then Hamiya places her hand up and she goes,
Bang!
And it looks like it's about to make its way towards Hinawa, but then Arthur grabs Hinawa and goes, Lieutenant, out of the way! And he uses his sword to cut through this signal.
Plasma. That stupid plasma is crossing my signal so I can't reach the nervous system. Why? There's so few people who can actually heat their flames enough to make plasma.
And then there's a snap sound that happens right next to where Haumia is. And the snapping sound is because Captain Obi is lifting the entire pillar.
Dang it, that plasma user is a real pain in the butt.
As this man lifted an entire railway out of its foundation and started using it as his own makeshift weapon, and then using it as his own little climbing wrestling rope to jump off and just give the people's elbow to Giovanni. Now this man is just lifting up pure stone marble pillars. What is this man's workout? And how long has he been doing it? Because if he's been doing it for over 3 years, he should be stronger than Saitama. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This man picks up a whole pillar and tips it towards Haumia.
Wow!
And then she looks as it shows all of Company 8 has shown up to protect Shinra. Shinra, it's going to be okay. And then there's rumbling.
Ooh, earthquake. So it started.
We're out of time, goes Yona to Haumia.
The shaking.
It's giving me the creeps.
It's the evangelist at work.
And that's the end of chapter 85. Onwards to chapter 86. The theatrical company, what is it? Pardon me. This word is scrambling my brain. No, I need to see. I need to look up. How do you say this? How to say it? How do you say this word? Don't play with me. How do you say this word? Iatrical. Iatrical. Okay. I had to look it up. This word messed with me. I actually had to look it up. Why is it every single time I read different types of manga, I'm learning words that I've never seen before or used in a sentence? The iatrical. Chapter 80... Lord. Chapter 86, The Iatrical Company. And then the earthquake and rumbling is still going on, with Yona screaming, Haumia, let's go!
See you later, if you live through this.
And then Shinra is having a hard time because he's going,
Show!
And then Sho, with his incredibly blank stare, just continues to leave with Yona and Haumia. Then we have Vulcan. Wait!
Show! Give it back!
No! Don't move, goes Vulcan. Then Obi. Give Shinra some first aid. We're getting out of here. We're getting out of here too. And then it shows them taking Shinra's jacket off while Licht prepares some first aid spray, and he sprays it over the wound. With Tamaki going, sorry, I had to swallow. Tamaki going,
What's that?
Hajima's dual action spray. It's both disinfectants and stops the bleeding. Captain, the portable stretcher! If we remove it, he'll lose too much blood. Tie him down, but leave the sword in. Imagine being taken through an entire area, only to have a sword still in your entire chest. Proceed with caution. Don't let your guard down. As it shows Shinra laying on this stretcher, sideways, obviously, because there's no way they're going to carry him on a stretcher and then lay him on his back with the sword where it is. But he's got like a gas mask on and the sword's still through him. Hang in there. We'll get you help in no time. Stay with us. Then we have Vulcan carrying Lisa with Hinawa at the front. We're almost at the exit. This way. The earthquake is still going. And then they get to the door. And they all get out. With Tamaki, that looks like Maki. Yeah, that's Maki because her jacket is closed up.
The shaking still hasn't stopped.
Something's not right about this. No earthquake should ever last this long. Normal quakes only last 1 to 3 minutes. This one's been going for more than 10. She said this was the evangelist at work, so they're behind this too? What are they trying to do?
And then we have Shinra barely able to speak.
Where's Sho?
Shinra! Right now, you just need to try and stay conscious. If you stay alive, you can see your brother again. Get Shinra into the matchbox. Be careful. Don't jostle him. We need to get him treated as soon as possible. Should we take him to the emergency room? Right. No, we'd better rely on the Force. When it comes to healing pyrokinetics, no one's better than her. I'll call ahead. Get ready to head out.
And then we head to Special Fire Hospital 6 of Company 6, I believe.
Director of Medicine Huang! Where is she? And the ground's still shaking. Director Kayako! Dr. Kayako Swan! Huang!
I'm just messing up these names. Please excuse me. Let me read this slowly. Director Kayako Huang.
Director Kayako Huang! We have an emergency patient! What's the matter, Lieutenant Hague? The director is off treating an infernal. Shock!
And then it shows more what looks to be like matchboxes, but they're more medical based. Director Huang will be performing the operation personally. We're ready to begin. This way, Director. I will now perform the extinguishing procedure for this infernal. Oh, wait. I will now perform the extinguishing procedure for this infernal. Let us begin. And it's, Captain Huang. From Company 6, obviously. How is the patient?
Yes, ma'am. He began exhibiting symptoms of combustion in the Idabashi district approximately 30 minutes ago. Our subject is a roaming type.
And then Captain Huang puts like a surgical mask over. Bullet extractor, amputation saw.
Here!
I will now begin the treatment. As she gets like a full-on bone saw and what looks to be like a giant pair of scissors, but with like a needle on the end. And the infernal just walking forward towards her.
I will inject the fire retardant.
As syringes fly and inject this infernal and completely extinguishes the flame. And then Huang rushes and cuts the infernal through the, I want to say through the throat, or at least hits it. And then she jabs this bullet extractor straight through this infernal's chest. Rest in peace. The rest is up to you, Father. Well done, ma'am. Director! Director! We have an emergency patient at Hospital 6. Will you please come back with me? We received a call from Company 8. One of their soldiers has been badly injured. But why would they come to us? If a soldier gets injured on a call, any hospital can treat them. The patient is a pyrokinetic. What's more, he has the Adola burst. He's in extremely critical condition. They need your help. And then it shows Company 6's hospital and someone with heels, because she was wearing heels the entire time. The fact that she was wearing combat boots, combat heels, but then she puts on regular heels, and then she puts on regular doctor's coat as she makes her way back into this hospital. I just can't get a break today.
Director Huang! Shock! You're here!
As Lieutenant Hague is standing there with Captain Obi.
Shock! You're here!
I received word from the Empire. Were these injuries sustained in your mission to the Nether? Captain Huang, I appreciate this. One of my soldiers is seriously hurt. Do you need anything? Did you find anything in the Nether? Do you have any clues as to what's causing this endless earthquake? Don't tell me Company 8 incurred the Sun God's wrath by breaking a Nether taboo. As we suspected, someone called the Evangelist is working with a group of people dressed in white to create infernals. They're looking for people with the Adola burst flames from some other world called Adola. They're going to use them to destroy the world. You can tell me all about it later. Lieutenant Hagaway, how is the patient?
A sword has penetrated his epigastrium. Epigastrium?
I can't believe I got that. I pretty much almost got that on the first try. A sword, if I had not run out of breath.
A sword has penetrated his epigastrium and run through to his back. He has suffered damage to his lungs, heart, and spine. He's in critical condition.
He's been injured from head to toe and he's overheated too. Captain Huang, can you save him?
Frankly, it won't be easy. The first question is, does he have the energy to survive? And if he does, in the worst case scenario, there may be more lasting complications, like full body paralysis.
Huh.
The patient is a third generation who has an Adola burst. I've never dealt with the sacred flame myself. There's no knowing what could happen.
Our team wouldn't be the same without him, Captain. Same without him. Captain Huang, please!
Well, I'll do my best.
Operation in progress, as it cuts to Arthur, Tamaki, and Iris standing outside of the operation room.
Please, great sun god, please, keep Shinra-san's light burning.
And it shows Shinra laying on this hospital bed, you know, with his arms up in different positions to ensure that it doesn't complicate him having a sword straight through his chest, because it's still there. His pulse and breathing are weak. It may be too late. As it shows Shinra completely unconscious. Then Captain Hagaway.
Let me feel his flames.
And that's the end of chapter 86. Onwards to chapter 87 and the final chapter of this volume. Chapter 87, A Fire in the Ointment. And then we're seeing the outside of the building, and then we have Arthur and Tamaki.
Sister Iris went to pray for Shinra. How is everybody doing?
Lieutenant Hinawa is getting treated, and Maki-san is taking care of all the paperwork. I think the captain is talking to Inspector Licht about the Adola burst.
What about Vulcan?
He's with Lisa-san. It looks like she took a lot of emotional damage.
And then Arthur just sits down.
So is Company 6 a hospital or what? What kind of a company is it?
You really don't know anything, do you? You know that medical care in the Empire consists of religious rites that can only legally be performed by members of the Holy Soul Temple, right?
Think Space Marines and the people who pray over their weapons and all the rites that they do before they go into battle from Warhammer. Kind of like that.
So like Company 1, most of Company 6's soldiers are members of the church, but it specializes in medicine.
Which means we're either in a church or a hospital.
It's a special Fire Force company. Apparently, no one can compare to Company 6's Captain Huang when it comes to healing pyrokinetics. I heard she uses her special ability to treat her patients. But what can she possibly do?
As it shows, the sword has been successfully removed from Shinra.
We have successfully extracted the sword. His vitals are stable. Now I just need to treat him with my powers. Still, with these injuries, I don't know if my power will be enough. This is going to depend on the strength of his flame.
You mean the Adola burst?
A flame from another world, believed to hold tremendous power. I've never handled one myself. But now it's our only hope. Here goes.
As she pulls her sleeve up,
I will now perform the final operation on Shinra Kusakabe.
As like a string of flame starts to emanate from her arm.
Rod of Asclepius.
And this flame turns into like the snake that you would see around like it has a sign. I forget what it is. What is that medical sign? What is that medical sign called? Like the Red Cross sign. Caduceus. Yes! Caduceus. Caduceus is a symbol with a short staff entwined by two serpents, sometimes surmounted by wings, while the rod of Asclepius is one with a single snake. Okay. Traditionally a symbol of scientific medicine. Okay, so Asclepius. So it's not the same as the two snakes on the rod, but this one is Asclepius. Asclepius. Oh my goodness. This is gonna... Words! These rod of Asclepius. I was saying it wrong. Asclepius. Rod of Asclepius.
I'm learning so much today, okay? I'm learning so much.
Rod of Asclepius.
And she jabs her hand towards Shinra and then lays it on his chest. But the flame serpent goes into his body as she goes,
Oh, serpent, revive him.
and then it cuts to Obi and Maki outside. It's been an hour since they started the operation.
Is there something special about Captain Huang's methods?
Her powers takes after the rod of Asclepius, the symbol of medicine.
All I had to do was just go to the next page. I just had to go to the next page to learn this.
Her powers takes after the rod of Asclepius, the symbol of medicine. She can control a flame serpent that heals wounds, illnesses, anything that could be wrong with someone. And when her patient is a pyrokinetic, she can use his or her flame to instantly release them from their suffering. Anyway, I heard something about how they get really healthy. Or not.
And then it cuts to Arthur, who's there with them. Is he going to be okay in there?
She has a glowing reputation. Our only hope is to believe.
What are you doing? Just be patient.
And then it cuts to Arthur trying to peek inside the room. Aren't you curious? And then he slams. And then it cuts to Arthur, who slams open the door, going, "Huh? You! What are you doing?" And then both Tamaki and Obi go, "What are you doing?
You can't just open the door!
You fools! Look closely!" He's on fire! As it cuts to Tamaki and Maki watching as Shinra's entire body is just engulfed in flames.
It's a beautiful flame.
I didn't ask for a cremation. Release them from their suffering. Don't tell me this is what they meant.
They cremated him. He didn't make it.
No, Kusakabe! It can't be true!
And then Huang says, I'd say he's going to be fine. That Adola burst is really something.
Which means you're not cremating him?
The flames will subside soon. My flames amplify the body's regenerative powers. For example, for an external injury, the cells around the wound will divide and multiply, eventually closing the wound. What I do is accelerate the cell division and metabolism around the affected areas in order to enhance the self-healing process. Muscle tissue, dermis, epidermis, nerve endings. All of his severed organs are now in the process of reconnecting. If the patient is a pyrokinetic, I can use their flames to heal them even faster. The flames you see now are bringing his body back to life.
And then it cuts to Tamaki, who goes,
No, but everything around him is catching fire!
Call the fire department, quick!
We are the fire department.
Right. The source of the fire.
We must crush the Infernal's core! Return to the great flame of fire! As Arthur is thinking to kill Shinra because he's treating him like an Infernal.
Wait!
As Maki goes, wait! And Tamaki's in the background going,
Latom.
Then we have Hagaway, who's in the background, who's just extinguishing everything.
What do you people think you're doing? Thank you, Hagaway.
So anyway, is Shinra going to be okay?
For now, yes. But it took all of his firepower to revive him, so he may not wake up for several days.
As it shows Shinra and the flames subsiding around him, and he has like a small scar where the sword went through his chest.
3 days later.
3 days later. Clear skies. I'm awake.
And Shinra sits up.
Where am I? I'm starving. I want some rice.
And then he's thinking about Sho.
Sho! Is this some kind of hospital? What happened to Sho? I thought I saved him. Did he go back to the Evangelist?
And then he forcibly rips the needle that's in his arm out. You're not supposed to just pull those out. You're supposed to let a doctor do those, because you have no idea if you're going to mess something up if you try.
I was supposed to be looking at this sky with my brother. This is my fault. I wasn't strong enough. Darn it!
And then a door opens, and then someone walks into the room.
I'm impressed. Captain Huang said you would wake up. And now here you are.
Huh?
It might just be the sunlight, but the color in your face isn't bad either.
And as this person enters into the room, Shinra immediately stands at attention and salutes.
But you are still recovering. At ease, soldier.
I know who this is. It's Burns!
The important thing is that you're still in one piece.
Captain Burns, what are you doing here?
I'm here to see you.
See me, sir? But I'm just a second-class soldier in Company 8.
Am I a brother?
No, sir.
If you're feeling well enough, do you mind if we have a chat? If you're feeling well enough, do you mind if we have a little chat? About the fire that broke out 12 years ago.
To be continued in Volume 11. And we only have one thing for the translation notes. That's the end of Chapter 87. Yep, 87. That's the end of Chapter 87. And we only have one thing for translation notes, and then I'll call it a close. Translation notes. Alo elo, page 138. This is a combination of aloha and hello. In the original Japanese, haumea greets Sho with oharo. Oharo! A combination of the Japanese ohayo gozaimasu. Oh my god, that was a bad misheard on my part. When I was saying that Shinra sits up. Shinra sits up. I'm gonna stop trying to say this over and over to make sure that I don't mess up. But is that what you mean? Oh, I thought you said, am I a brother? No, you didn't, because I said, am I a brother? I said it. I said it. He didn't say, am I a brother? He said,
Am I a bother?
let me do that again. I gotta do, no. I will not have it on record of me completely botching this whole line and not fixing it. Thank you, Halster. I said it wrong.
The important thing is that you're still in one piece.
One Piece.
Captain Burns, what are you doing here?
I'm here to see you.
See me, sir? But I'm just a second-class soldier in Company 8.
Am I a bother?
No, sir.
He said, am I a bother? Not brother. I don't know why I looked at that and thought brother. That's on me. That's on me. Sorry about that, Halster.
Am I a bother?
No, sir.
If you're feeling well enough, do you mind if we have a little chat? About the fire that broke out 12 years ago.
And that catches Shinra's attention. We only have one translation note. Let me go back to it. Alo elo, page 138. This is a combination of aloha and hello. In the original Japanese, haumea greets Sho with oharo, a combination of the Japanese ohayo and a Japanese pronunciation of the English hello. This term was made famous in Japan by Renoa Hartley of Final Fantasy VIII fame. To replicate the cute language mixing, for this version, the translator combined Hawaiian and English because of Haumea's Hawaiian name, and because they feel it sounds adorable. And of course, we have like the little comic that's at the end, and then we have information on Vulcan Joseph and Victor Licht. But that's it for this volume. And that's it for volume 10, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo, boy. Something about Burns asking the question of if he's a brother is funny to me. See, that's what happens when you go to a live reading from me. I will have you thinking things you probably never would have thought of before just from my botched lines. But I'm grateful that we managed to get through this volume as well as we did. And that didn't take long. I feel like I can get every single one of these volumes done in under 2 hours, which is good because compared to my One Piece series, there were moments where there were 2 hours and some were even 3, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I am looking forward to the next volume tomorrow. Gotta get myself some lunch, and then we are going to be playing some God of War Ragnarok. So I can't wait. Thank you everyone for stopping by and listening to me read another volume of Fire Force. We're continuing until I finish this entire series, and it should be done sometime in January. I haven't counted the exact days yet, but if I continue, it should be done within the first week of January. It should be, but I gotta count down the exact date when I'm gonna be done. But thank you. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and even become a member because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.